Once upon a breezy spring morning, in a cheerful little town full of giggles and green trees, lived a curious boy named Aarav. He was 6 years old, loved solving puzzles, and had a bright yellow lunchbox that carried his favorite snacks every day. Now, Aarav wasn't just any regular boy. He had the sharp eyes of a detective, the kind heart of a friend, and a big imagination that followed him everywhere. But something strange started happening. One Monday, when Aarav sat down on the school bench to open his lunchbox, he blinked in surprise. Where did my strawberry muffin go?" he whispered, scratching his head. He was sure Mummy had packed it that morning. He could still remember the sweet smell of it in the kitchen. Maybe he dropped it? Or maybe someone took it? He looked around. His best friend Mira was eating her carrot sticks. Rohan was crunching loudly on his chips. Aarav didn't say anything. He just munched on his sandwich. But the mystery sat right beside him. The next day, it happened again. His crunchy chocolate cookie was gone. Now Aarav was starting to frown. "Something's not right," he muttered. "That's 2 snacks in 2 days." But instead of pointing fingers or getting angry, Aarav had an idea. He would become a detective. He wore his thinking cap, it was really his red baseball cap, and whispered to himself, "Detective Aarav is on the case." During recess, while everyone played on the swings, Aarav quietly unzipped his bag. He peeked into his lunchbox. Everything seemed normal. But wait. Tiny crumbs were stuck to the corner of the lunchbox lid. He followed the trail of crumbs that led to the edge of the bench, then down the wooden leg. Then, they disappeared near the garden fence. Interesting, Aarav said, stroking his chin like the detectives in the cartoons. That afternoon, he went around asking questions. Not in a bossy way, but kindly and curiously. "Hey Mira, did you see anyone near our bags during recess?" Mira shook her head. "Nope, but I did hear rustling near the bushes. Maybe a bird." Thank you." Aarav smiled. He asked the gardener, "Uncle, have you seen anything strange in the garden lately?" The gardener chuckled. "Well, the squirrels have been extra naughty these days. Stealing seeds and jumping into lunch baskets." "Squirrels?" Aarav's eyes widened. "Thank you, Uncle," he said, already skipping away, full of excitement. The next day, Aarav came prepared. He told no one of his plan. Inside his lunchbox, along with his sandwich and juice, he placed a soft peanut cookie, his favorite. But this time, he didn't leave his lunchbox on the bench. He placed it gently under the shady tree near the garden fence, where he'd seen the crumbs disappear before. Then, he quietly tiptoed behind the big green slide. And waited. He waited. And waited. And just when he was about to yawn, rustle, rustle. A little bush nearby trembled. And out popped the fluffiest, brownest, sneakiest squirrel he had ever seen. It hopped over, sniffed the air, and zipped right up to the lunchbox. With tiny paws, the squirrel tried to open the lid. Aarav gasped. "I knew it." But he didn't shout. He didn't scare the squirrel away. Instead, he walked slowly toward it and sat on the grass. The squirrel froze. "It's okay," Aarav whispered. "You were just hungry, huh?" The squirrel tilted its head. Aarav opened the lid and gently placed a tiny piece of cookie on the grass. The squirrel sniffed it, took it, and scampered off, its tail flicking in joy. The mystery was solved. The missing snack thief was a hungry squirrel all along. The next day, Aarav told his teacher, and she laughed gently. "What a kind detective you are." Soon, The class decided to keep a tiny squirrel feeder near the fence, so no more snacks would go missing, and the squirrel wouldn't go hungry either. Aarav felt proud. He didn't get mad. He didn't blame. He used his brain, his heart, and a lot of kindness to solve the mystery. And from that day, everyone at school called him Detective Aarav, the boy who solved the snack mystery. And every time someone lost something, they didn't shout or cry. They simply said, "Let's think like Aarav, the kind detective with a bright red cap."
Brainy buddies!